Meghan Markle and Prince Harry Invictus live. We love you. Crowds go wild for Duchess. Meghan Markle and Prince Harry received a joyous welcome at the delayed opening ceremony of the fourth-ever Invictus Games after an electrical storm sparked chaos in Sydney. The delay comes after the Duke and Duchess of Sussex cut somber figures at a war memorial earlier, but beamed with pride, as the royal tour of Australia continues. Meghan Markle and Prince Harry unveiled a Sydney War Memorial 84 years in the making on the fifth day of their visit to Australia on Saturday morning. The royal couple arrived at the city's Hyde Park for the opening of the Anzac Memorial, which commemorates the sacrifices made by those who served for Australia and New Zealand. The Duke and Duchess of Sussex toured the upgraded memorial before attending the opening ceremony of the memorial, alongside Australia's Prime Minister Scott Morrison and other dignitaries. Their somber visit to pay their respects will be followed by Prince Harry kicking off the Invictus Games 2018, with a speech delivered from the Sydney Opera House. The Games will begin at 9:30 am BST, 8:30 p.m. local time. After electrical storms delayed the start time of the opening ceremony, the competition was created by the Duke of Sussex, where wounded, injured or sick war veterans take part in a variety of sports. Over 500 competitors from 18 countries will compete. 12 p.m. BST update. Harry officially opens Invictus Games 2018 with speech. Prince Harry smiled as he greeted the crowds and gave his opening speech. He said, "On this day in 1973 my grandmother stood in front of Opera House and declared it open. 45 years to the day, I stand here and declare the start of the fourth Invictus Games. Built around their talents and needs. Not just built for them but built around their recoveries after they had their lives changed forever. Invictus was inspired by the experiences I had. These games were created for men and women in uniform." Before he briefly laughed and smiled. He paid tribute to the sometimes forgotten heroes of wars previous, and made reference to the unity and spirit of the Invictus generation. Harry continued, "The Invictus generation has showed us that in today's world, being tough means being honest about how we feel both inside and out. You are the role models to us all, and you are going to put on one hell of a show this week." The generation has chosen to serve their countries in conflicts that are complex and dangerous, and far too often this dedication goes unrecognized. They have reminded us all what selfless duty really looks like. With the help of medical science, the generation has not only survived injuries that in past conflicts would have been fatal, but has also chosen to fight back from the darkest of places to be here tonight. They have shown us the true meaning of resilience. When they have been open about their hidden emotional and mental wounds, the generation has shown us that in today's world being tough means being honest about how we feel, both inside and out. Thank you for the welcome you have given Meghan and I over the last few days. I have been so proud to be able to introduce my wife to you, and we have been so happy to be able to celebrate the personal joy of our newest addition with you all. Be inspired, get excited, allow the example of service and determination you will see to change something big or small in your own lives. Show the world what Game On, Down Under really means. 11:35 am BST update. Australian Prime Minister thanks Prince Harry and sends love to Meghan Markle. Prime Minister Scott Morrison led tributes to servicemen as he gave his speech during the Games. Towards the end of this speech, he asked the crowd, "How good is Prince Harry?" to rapturous applause. The applause was just as strong when he finished by saying, "And we love you too, Meghan," with fans, spectators and competitors cheering loudly. 11:23 am BST update. Prince Harry admitted HS was worried about the electrical storm ahead of the Invictus opening ceremony. Before the opening ceremony, which started a full hour late due to electrical storms taking out technical equipment, Prince Harry told New South Wales Premier in an earlier reception that he was worried about the start of the game. Speaking to New South Wales Premier Gladys Berejiklian, he said, "I was a bit worried. Thankfully it looks like the sky is clearing now." In the face of adversity, there is a determination to fight on, to overcome and never give up. These games are about competition and camaraderie, to be your best, to continue to recover, to be undefeated, to be. 11:10 am BST update. Harry and Meghan applaud people giving testimonials. An Aboriginal text was read and traditional music played as Harry and Meghan smiled and applauded. Testimonial speeches were read out by sufferers of disabilities and mental health awareness campaigners, a subject close to the Duchess of Sussex's heart. The Duke and Duchess heard from a previous Invictus Games competitor, who suffered severe PTSD, and said the Games had saved her life. Cindy Governor-General, C. Peter Cosgrove, gave a speech thanking Australian servicemen for their sacrifices over time, as did Australian Prime Minister, Scott Morrison. Lieutenant General Peter Francis Leahy, a retired senior officer of the Australian Army, sat next to the Duke and Duchess and joined in their cheers of appreciation.